Hi Collective, welcome to my channel Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So this reading is going to be intended to find whoever needs a little bit of support at this time. I wanted to explain a little bit of my story and what is going on currently with me trying to serve my mission, trying to be of love and light and step into my power, my position, right? Because this reading is intended to find all the chosen ones, light workers, star seeds, to step into your power, right? Because we really need you at this time. But I need you to be really ready to be able to handle situations and to be able to be confident. And that is, I feel, the message behind this reading, okay? Because I definitely know that when you start to rise and you start to shine your lights brighter, you're definitely going to be irritating the demons. You're going to be bringing stuff out of people that you didn't even know had these demons, right? And they could be within your family, within your friends, okay? All I gotta say is, today has been just so challenging for me. Oh my gosh. I know I must be doing something right because I have been under psychological attack, all day. If not physical, I'd probably say physical to, emotional, abuse has definitely been coming about. It's been through my children. Have been coming at me with it from other outsiders that I went to for some help, even wow, okay, I was trying to do something nice and okay, but you can call me out on how I am, okay? But it's took a lot of restraint for me to realize, in fact, that yes, I've really been tested. And it's there's been so much stirring up and coming my way, and people trying to say things or try to tell me that I say things that I don't. And I'm so they're trying to get me to argue that I that I said this and I didn't. So I'm okay. So I'm just I'm trying to not give it my energy because I know that I didn't say those things, but I'm not going to defend it because they're in fact lying to try to get a rise out of me. So I've just been really just starting to just see all of these things. And then I'm these people that are saying it, that are going against me in my line of work that I do and my belief system, obviously they're challenging it today because, in fact, they don't like it and they don't like what I'm doing. So I'm learning to turn that into more empowerment, okay? Because if anything, that's just showing me all right, I definitely must be doing what's right if I'm irritating and stirring up just all of these demons. I'm not even playing, right? So I'm not buying into the matrix today, right? So it's very challenging, right? I've had to but it's also empowering at the same time because even though I've been challenged a lot today, I've still been proud of myself, right? In the past, I would have been no, I have to defend myself. I am not a liar. I have to defend my belief system. But it's you reach this whole nother level when you learn that you can keep that inside and you know that people are trying to get that rise out of you. So in fact, you are winning by not letting them get that rise out of you, okay? So this is definitely going to turn into an empowerment reading. And I wanted you guys to know that Spirit is very much backing you and behind you. I went to Spirit today quite a few times. I was I need your help today. And they definitely showed me that they very much are there. Fairy realms too. That's what inspired me to do this reading, is I'm definitely going to do a fairy reading. And I was seeing some of the fairies today, and then they showed me fairy spottings. But I had seen some of them. But I did a reading that was very beautiful yesterday. And one of the cards that I got was something that was once lost is going to be found. And I thought it was so beautiful because right when I found it, I knew that they led me to it. And so, or they were just giving me the confirmation that I was going to find it because they do work with the other realms. But it was very beautiful. It's one of my rings, guys. I lost this ring a couple months ago, and I was really sad because when I get guided to certain crystals, sometimes I go on a crystal hunt. Days I'm feeling sad, I often do that. And when I find a certain crystal, whether it's a bracelet or it's a ring, I know that it's very special and it was meant for me to find it and kind of collect it on my path. And I like to collect things like that, me being a Cancer, right? So anyways, this one, and a lot of times I remember around holidays and stuff like that. This was a ring that I found around Easter. I remember I was sad about something, I don't remember what, but anyway, I got it and it was oyster, turquoise oyster. And I thought that was very significant. So anyway, like it was lost, but I knew I was going to find it somewhere. And I don't even know how, like I put on a skirt. It's one of those days like I was in my sleepwear like over half the day. I was just working on myself, kind of staying in bed, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to go get dressed because I had somebody at the door, right? Somebody that was trying to trigger me of all things. And I'm like, well, let me hurry up and get dressed or whatever. And I get dressed and then I find it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I immediately put on or whatever. And I went about handling situations. And then I was just like, wow, like I handled that so well. Like, it was, I actually missed the person that was at the door, but I still had to deal with something. But I was very, like, relieved at how to handle it. And I was just, like, wanting to thank Spirit because it was, like, I got the clarity. I was able to see through the solution. I was able to see, in fact, that there's truth behind this, whatever. And anyway, so I was like, yeah, Spirit's definitely helping me. And then I was just like, wow, I found out I got some clarity on something finally today, which is like a gift. And then I gifted something that I had forgotten all about that I lost, right? So I thought that was beautiful. And then I was like, there has to be another reason, right? Because when I get guided to crystals, right, there's a reason. So then I started to look this up. So this reading is going to kind of turn into like a crystal thing too. Crystals are very much meant to heal us and help us along our path, especially chosen ones. There's so much healing that are associated with each of them. And I bet you guys had no idea all the different healing properties that one crystal alone can do, especially when some of them are combined. And it's whether you wear them or you have them in your possession or you work with them. There's so many different things you could do. But I wanted to tell you guys what I found out about this crystal, in fact, okay? All right, so listen to this. Okay, so it is a purification stone. It dispels negativity. Remember, I'm listening to my story at the beginning, right? Where I've had just all this stuff coming about me, right? So it dispels negativity. So it dispels the negative energy that can be worn to protect against outside influences, also pollutants in the atmosphere. Turquoise balances and aligns all chakras, stabilizing mood swings and instills inner calmness. And see, that's what I've been working very hard to do, is to keep the calmness in amongst the chaos and all of this, right? Because that's how you get to that 5D energy, right? You don't let people affect you, right? So that's why I feel like I've been getting triggered from every angle today. So it balances out your chakras, it stabilizes mood swings, instills inner calmness. It is an excellent for depression and exhaustion. Remember how I told you I was just kind of laying down today, like not wanting to get dressed. And even though I was telling myself like I'm empowered, I was researching and learning and gathering information, but it was just one of those like I just still didn't get out of bed or get dressed yet. And that wasn't like me, right? So anyway, so then I was like, yeah, and then, I felt so much energy come back too. But anyway, so it says that it also has the power to prevent panic attacks. And that is right away when I knew oh my gosh, that is so true, because then I was dealing with the situation where somebody was trying to trigger me. And in the past, that type of trigger that they had tried caused my heart to get very, very upset. And I don't know if I've told everybody on my channel, but like I don't do good with fear. I have to not get myself upset so my heart doesn't start skipping beats and all of that. But anyway, so that right away then I was just like, wow, that's definitely gonna help me today, right? And it says turquoise promotes self-realization and assists in creative problem solving. It is a symbol of friendship and stimulates romantic love. Okay. And turquoise aids in absorption of nutrients. It enhances the immune system, stimulates the regeneration of tissue. It heals the whole body. Wow, right? It contains anti-inflammatory and detoxifying effects. It can alleviate cramps and pain. Turquoise purifies the lungs. It soothes and clears sore throats, heals the eyes, including cataracts. It neutralizes over-acidity, and it benefits in rheumatism, gout, stomach problem, and viral infections. See? That's one crystal alone. Isn't that amazing? All of those different things that it could do. That's what I mean. And right away I knew that just significantly. That's exactly what I needed today. and then it made me feel inspired. It made me want to come sit at my desk, and it's like now I feel as though I'm back on track. So I thought that was so beautiful that I wanted to share that with you guys. That definitely, if you're feeling that you need help or support or out of sorts, you can look up like whatever you have wrong with you, or you can look it up as what healing crystal can benefit you to help with that, right? And maybe it's a guidance too that you guys should wear an ongoing crystal that can help you. There's of course the master crystals, like I always have clear quartz, right? Very beneficial. It helps me with everything. But yeah, I wear lots of crystals because I am very sensitive to a lot of the energies and vibrations. But it's a lot of things, and I've got certain ones where I connect with my angels. I've got certain ones for other things that just, help me with confidence. And, there's a lot of different ones, and it helps me with communication because a lot of times I get stuff I channel too quickly. I need to be grounded. I don't have earth in my chart. See, everybody can have their different things. So you could definitely wear a combination of crystals that help you. But I've definitely felt like I, at this time, have to wear a lot to dispel a lot of the psychic attacks and all of that I have. But, and you don't always have to wear them. So you can just work with them. I've got certain crystals that I have on my desk that I work with. I do different things. But yeah, very much I'm definitely like the crystal witch, right? White witch, white magic. So, there's so many different things that's so beautiful about crystal healing and helping. So I wanted to share my story because I thought that was so empowering and beautiful. So anyway, we'll get into a few fairy cards. The fairy realm is very strong at this time with me, helping me. I've been calling everybody to help me because I'm definitely going through like a major transition. It's an upgrade, though. I know it is because I broke a toxic cycle. I'm so proud of myself for doing that, and for me being confident. That was the big thing, is me being an earth angel. I've kind of always been like a people pleaser, kind of keep the peace. I'd rather not say anything and keep the peace. And it's one of those things, like sometimes I'd be afraid to get answers, so I wouldn't ask them, or I would sometimes second guess myself, like to there's be times like I'd want to go do something, but then I would be, well, maybe I shouldn't, and that shyness, that kind of introvertedness, I guess because of past wounds, so I would do that. So anyway, I've been told that I need to get my confidence level up. I need to definitely stop being a people pleaser. And yes, I have this beautiful, loving, caring energy, but I also need to protect that energy. I need to have my confidence. I need to have my clarity. I need to speak up. And I got a lot of fire in my chart too, so I can be aggressive, but normally it's like when I get provoked, like when it comes to like protecting my family, my children, or things like that, like it's like I can be confident very quickly when I'm in a comfortable setting, but it's like getting that started for me sometimes, right? So there's different things that I've definitely felt that I need to make these changes. So what's beautiful, yes, purity, definitely very magical. I love unicorns too. Is that when you constantly have these cycles and these patterns too, you then learn, in fact, why you were on them. Right? And I've been starting to find that they were because I allowed all of them, because I wasn't confident enough. And it even happened with lovers sometimes too, because I just didn't know how to like stand up for myself. Like I remember on the very first relationships, well, actually it wasn't my first one. I think it was my second, my third one. Anyway, don't matter. But it was one of these relationships where it was a good friend of mine, and we were hanging out a lot, and all of a sudden he just started being very sweet to me. Like we were going to movies, the mall, all this stuff, and he'd be like, well, let me pay and stuff. And he's older than me, so I was like, well, all right, probably making more money, guys making more money a lot of times, right? So I was letting him pay and all of this stuff, and then he was wanting to hold hands. I'm like, why do you want to hold my hand or whatever? I just went along with it. And the next thing I know, he was like, well, do you want to make this official, like, or whatever, since we've been dating? And I was like, what do you mean dating? Like, we've just been hanging out and stuff. And he's like, I've been spending money on you. I've been shooting. I've been doing all this stuff. Like, I've been dating you. I've told everybody we were dating. And I was just like, oh, like really, like I didn't know. And he was such a close friend of mine. It was just like, to me, he was just like, my friends to me are, they feel like family to me. So then I was just like, well, I guess I better give him a chance, right? Because I kind of did lead him on, I guess. Because I can be naive. I know, right? You're probably like, yeah, she should have known she was like, whatever. So I was like, well, I guess I should kiss him and stuff or whatever, or at least, try or whatever. And I did, and it was just like that saying, like, if you were kissing like your brother or whatever, like that's just what I felt like. I was just like, I can't, like, he's like family to me, like the love I have for him is in like a different category or whatever. And then, so anyway, and then I was like, I still stayed in it for a while until I got really upset because then everybody was starting to gossip. And really I shouldn't have listened to everybody because, things are supposed to happen a certain way for a reason. And obviously there was a connection because we did have a lot of fun together, right? And it was just, I had that mindset that, no, he's a friend. So I'm realizing that it was fact my mind and that I really probably didn't even give it a chance because I had the mindset that he was just a friend. And I've just always thought about that. It's one of those things like he'd stopped talking to me after that, of course. And because I had told him I don't get involved with friends. I can't do this. And then later on I got involved with the friend because of my situation. And I started to have kids because of my situation, which is another story. But I just never got to say that I should have given him a chance or whatever. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, a lot of this journey is like, to this 5D ascension, it takes over everything right now because that's what I'm on. So I know this is an inspirational video, but we're all shifting to this 5D or have the option to do that. If you want to ascend and go to love and light in the new world, the new beautiful earth, is that you start to get clarity on everything. Everything that's left these things. See, and it was just kind of like, I always felt a little bit of, I felt bad, like I wanted to communicate that, and he doesn't talk to me now, so I can't really, so I don't know, at least I'm putting it out there, so to me it's like, it's something I got to say, I don't know, maybe one day he'll come across this reading and he'll get to see that, and I'll, so even like you may feel though, sometimes you just need to write stuff down to release stuff, if you can't say it to those people, or maybe say it through friends or find other ways. But it's also like clarity is like it's not good to not have closure on things, to leave things kind of one-sided. It always kind of leaves people in wonder too. It's just like if you have these relationships that you've kept like open where you haven't expressed emotions or feelings or really told others how you feel, or it's like, say you get involved with a friend and you guys have a one-night stand or get intimate, but then you don't talk about it, that can create insecurities, right? And that I hear that happens with a lot of people, especially in drinking or whatever is involved, but then you don't talk about it, so then it kind of creates something that you're covering, right? Because you haven't talked about it. So then it kind of pulls on your confidence level, and it really pulls on your energetic level. So you're going to start to realize that this 5D consciousness really gets you to want to get clarity for kind of for everything. And if you need to communicate like emotions and feelings, like even though you may get like shut down or like, I don't know, it's not good to leave things not said, because then it's like you're always going to wonder too. You're always going to wonder if you gave the chance or not, what it could have been, or they really weigh on you. Like, like some of this stuff, like I didn't even realize was like deep embedded in there. Some of it I've always known. Some things, it's just like, say you really want to be with somebody, but you can't for some reason. And then so you go down other paths and you start to pursue other people, and you know that they're just, it's not working out. Well, if you keep holding on to this one person in your heart, you're fully not giving your heart to other people. So that's not fair. And you're going to kind of be sabotaging everything anyways, because if your heart was already for somebody else, then you're going to kind of be attracting toxic cycles and patterns. You see where I'm going though, is this all comes from, you can't leave things unknown. So this 5D consciousness really gets you to want to receive clarity on everything, right? And however you may find it or release it, I mean, sometimes maybe some of you are fine with just not getting closure or clarity, but you're able to release it. But see, for me, it's like I always wonder. That's the Cancer in me, and it's like once I befriend somebody, like I want to be friends for life, right? It's like even if it doesn't work out, like I get it. Sometimes you can't, but it's like I was one where I was like I could always be fine with being friends with my exes, but then I did see how that created problems in relationships, and then sometimes you got to let people go or whatever, and like I get that. I mean, every situation's different. I don't know. I'm just going off of whatever I'm feeling, and that's kind of what Source wanted me to do. But they are telling me I need to get more back into the divination tools because I do start to float away. So, all right, let's get some fairy cards. This is all going to help for somebody, hopefully. All right, Source, let's find out some beautiful fairies. What messages here to go along with this message? Look, we had fairy spotting come right back out. So the fairies are definitely around you. And it says, seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. So I guess they wanted me to deliver the message I missed. That believing is seeing, okay? Ask for help. Angels and celestial beings to protect everyone and the fairies say now, it is time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Wow, I just seen 21:21 on the clock as I was reading that. So yeah, you're being called to ask for help. They're trying to lift you up to something. They're trying to get you to see something maybe you're not seeing. Or just for help. Look, believe in magic. We got 2 believing cards. Open your eyes and see the magic that is all around you. So, and it's very beautiful to look around in nature because a lot of times they're giving you messages through symbolisms, through signs, through different things, right? Beautiful. Precious time. This one they showed me earlier too. That's what I was realizing a lot today as I was like, oh, these people are blocking me. I want my time back because the time's the most precious thing that you can give to anybody, right? Because it's a piece of your life, right? It's your life force. So be mindful of the people. Like that's something I wanted to say too. All of these people that waste people's time with these videos that I find, to me, they're like the fake prophets and the fake spiritualists. Those people that do like those reveal videos or something where it's like they steal your time and they have you watch it to find out what's going to happen. And then you watch the video and you give that time away and then they don't reveal anything at all or whatever. Like, oh my gosh, like those people, I really feel sorry for them because especially when those videos go viral and all of the time and the vitality and the life that they're taking away from every single soul that watches those videos. In fact, they got karma to pay for those. Sorry guys. Let me tell you what. So if you're doing any of those videos or you do stuff to waste people's time and play games, you better stop. Because to me, that's like a very, you shouldn't do that. I've just always known that that's like you don't mess with people like that. Oh my gosh. No, you don't. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Sorry about that. All right. So I'll have to shut my phones off again. Okay. So, precious time is here. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either, right? So, yeah, it's like, don't play around with people either. So, that's another message in here. It's like if you know, it's like if you know that you're not interested in somebody or you don't want to do something, don't tell somebody like, I don't know. Or don't tell them like, I don't know, ask me later. Because every single time that person's then thinking about that or waiting for that and you're stealing a part of their time, their energy. Don't do that. Don't leave people that ghosting stuff like to do on purpose. Like that's a form of devil energy too, manipulation where you lead people on. Gaslighting, that's what I'm looking for, not ghosting. Gaslighting. When you gaslight people, that's kind of like what those videos are, right? No, you do not do that. That is straight up. Like, to me, that's like punishable. Like, it's already multiplied because there's so many different things that you're doing. You're doing like mind manipulation, right? You're stealing somebody's energy, the life of the. It's karma's multiplied. I can tell you. Just tell you what. All right, let's get one more. All right, they give me two more. Find a balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime. You will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Whoa. And then hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Beautiful. Look, I see a rainbow. I've been seeing rainbows too lately. There's and a white dove. Oh, that's beautiful. You might want to look those up. A white dove. Look, she's wearing a bracelet too. I've been talking about bracelets. So beautiful. But yeah, you might look up white dove, rainbow. Rainbows to me represent like a wish fulfillment. She's got a rose, a pink rose in her hand. Let me see what else I'm seeing. Sometimes I go over the cards really fast that I miss things. I see perfume bottles, a clear crystal. Remember, I was talking about crystals. Clear quartz. Remember, and that's the one that I showed you guys. That's a very beautiful crystal, and it helps with so many different things. This one I wear all the time. It definitely protects me. Like, I was getting a lot of psychic attacks, and when I got this crystal, I started to feel so much better. They're showing me life energy here, too. The happy fairy of sunshine brings a lot of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that need to be healed. Beautiful. And another healing one too. Yeah, look, there's a lost and found fairy. See? It's so beautiful. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So that's beautiful. There might be something coming along that you didn't even know that you lost. I mean, I knew I lost this spring, but I definitely know they found it for me today. And see, when Source does things like that, they do it at the perfect timing. So when things do come about, it's all about timing. Divine loves it to be in divine timing, right? Yes. Oh my gosh, look, another rainbow. Somebody is definitely getting like a wish fulfillment. To me, that's like alchemy. To me, too, this is something that's now coming in because you've created some sort of balance, right? Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Beautiful. Ooh, her third eye is activated. See that? And see the light shining from her third eye. So maybe you guys, as you go through this ascension process too, you start to activate different psychic abilities and gifts. So you guys could be getting visions and seeing things more clearly. So that's also a way to like protect your energy, right? Because that helps with these ascensions too. I'm picking up on a lot of magic. I see candles and more crystals. There's a time here. Find balance. Yeah, I'm getting this. Be very careful of time. Don't waste people's time. Maybe she looks like she's been waiting for something. Maybe that's what's coming about. Somebody's been waiting for something. I'm picking up on another clock here. Oh, wow. Clock, clock, clock. Well, this is the precious time card. So, of course, the clocks. Look, there's keys down here, a spilt cup. Yeah, I mean, you can waste anybody's time on so many different things, right? There's a white owl here. I see somebody is gathering some wisdom. They might be realizing who, in fact's been wasting their time, too. That's kind of what I realized finally. Is a lot of these toxic cycles and patterns, they get in and keep you trapped. It's like I told you, I was finally realizing just like all of the things that were on the rise against me today, that was in fact happening because since I'm starting to ascend higher spiritually and starting to help get this out and awaken and enlighten more souls, I'm irritating the enemy. I damn sure am. So he's sending in more people to try to steal my energy. So if it's more stuff that I'm battling off, right, then I've got less energy to give you guys to do my readings. So learn to empower that. Like even the readings that like you may do like I was so happy this morning when I woke up and I see the notification on my phone that YouTube was mad at the content in one of my videos and it pulled it. And I was just like, yes, that's exciting, because what it showed me is that I'm irritating somebody and all I do is speak the truth. So to have that happen, I don't look at it as like, oh, look at all the work I put into that video and da da da. Like maybe in the past I would have if I was really focused, because it takes a lot sometimes to go into these videos. It does for me anyways, because I've got to get to a place of cleansing my energy and my space and calming down, and like you hear the vacuum going right now and all. So there'd be sometimes I'd be like, I get upset by those little things and then it bring my energy level down. I wouldn't be able to do the video, so then I'd have to do another one. And then sometimes they get corrupted and they don't upload, and then distractions, because I'm a mom of 4. So, but now I've been starting to realize, in fact, that a lot of my kids have been having things get into them to block me too. And, I'm working a lot on getting my respect back too, and creating boundaries and all sorts of stuff. So once you flip how things are come at you and everything, it's going to help you. But you really got to learn how to just be mindful of the energy that you give and that you let people take from you. Okay, so all right, that's what I had for this reading. Definitely, guys, like the video, share it, subscribe. I love all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for helping my channel grow. Yeah, so, and the more you watch me too, the more I feel your energy, right? That's how it works. We do energy exchanges. All right, guys, well, love and light to you all. Bye.